Everyone, I apologise in advance. I am a tad below the weather. I've got a lovely New Year cold viral thing. So apologies, but Happy New Year, guys, anyway. This week we're doing about the drama triangle, and we're going to chat a little bit about our post-Christmas stuff, what we've been doing. And over to you, Mum. Sorry, I'm out of it today.
You just see and hear the energy. It's not good today. So
Mm.
anyway, I'll bring some energy.
Mm.
Oh, shall I have a look? Do you want to see? Do you want to see this? It's my spatula of decision or doom
Oh,
acceptance
and what is that for? Are you using that as a therapy aid?
to whack people with.
Yeah, exactly.
An indicator of good things, bad things, less helpful things.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm
That's
an idiot, but there we go. My
Mhm.
spatula of doom will be invoked.
Spatula of doom. Cool.
Anywho, as Rachel said, we're talking about the drama triangle today. And the last time, if anybody's listening to this ever at all, listening or watching, the dear listener, this is what we covered the last time, which was the drama, which was not that at all. It was TA and it was transactional analysis, which kind of discusses how people communicate and the level that they're at. So we kind of looked at the parent, here we go, parent,
Mhm.
adult, child, smiley face, and the ideal place to be communicating from was here, from adult to adult. So, what we can do now is talk about the drama triangle. So, I'll just select that out of the way and talk a little bit about how that sort of comes up for people. And we don't always stay in this situation. Can you see that clearly?
So the drama triangle then is how we communicate during times of conflict. Is that right?
Correct.
Mm.
Or upset.
Mm.
Definitely upset, conflict, nearly always conflict. So it shows up in relationships all the time. And by relationships, I mean personal relationships, work relationships, all sorts of areas, everywhere where you're communicating with others.
Mm.
So nobody means any harm, but the drama triangle plays out in a specific way each and every time. And I guess as I talk about it, people will recognize instances where it happens for them. So these are the three roles. These are, I'm going to invoke my spatula again.
Mhm.
Persecutor,
Mm.
the rescuer, and the victim. And notice how none of them are particularly positive. They don't. So the victim feels stuck, powerless, hard done by, perhaps. They might think, why does this sort of situation happen always to me? I can't cope with this on my own. I need help. Boo-hoo, poor me, from that situation. And that's the important bit because being the victim doesn't mean that someone is weak necessarily or dramatic. It just means that they feel very overwhelmed and unable to see options. And as therapists, we might see a lot of this in the counselling room when clients come first of all, because
Mm.
they generally come because they're feeling overwhelmed by whatever situations surrounding them at the time.
And sometimes people are pushed into those roles, aren't they, by other people's behavior?
Correct.
Mm.
It's It's interesting, actually. That's a really interesting observation, actually, because sometimes the people who ought to be in the therapy room receiving treatment or therapy and working things through are not. It's the people who live with them, work with them, whatever, who come to get some help.
Mm.
So that's an interesting one. And I guess you're experiencing that already, aren't you?
Yeah, it's a tricky one for people.
It's a super tricky one. You're right.
Mm.
So, and also there is the rescuer. Now, the rescuer is the person who will often rush in to fix, come up with solutions. They might give advice that no one has particularly asked for. They take responsibility for the victim's ills, even if they haven't asked them to do that. It isn't theirs to take, or they feel needed sometimes when they're helping others. So on the surface, it looks really kind, and it looks quite caring, but quite often, it stops the other person from finding their own strength to cope with whatever the situation might be. Okay, so it's done ostensibly with a good heart. And then there's the persecutor. Now, the persecutor, this role comes out as the blamer, the controller, and sometimes quite harsh critic. It can sound like finger waggy. It can sound like, this is your fault. You always do. Why can't you just get it together? Sometimes it's loud and obvious, and sometimes it's super subtle. It's it's that passive aggressive eye rolling, gosh, muttering comments as you walk away. It's all of those type of things rolled up into one. So what makes the drama triangle is that people don't stay in one particular corner. They don't have a particular role all the time. We switch roles and we all do it. Now, the rescuer can become resentful and turn into a persecutor when when they feel like their offer of help isn't being taken seriously or acted upon. The victim might decide to persecute to feel better about themselves sometimes, and the persecutor might suddenly feel misunderstood and become the victim. So, and round and round and round and round and round and round. And in arguments or discussions, that you can see a pattern happening. And people who have been in a long-term relationship for a while or something, you will know that you will start a conversation, you will start an argument or a debate, and it nearly always ends up the same way. And it nearly always ends up with both parties feeling hard done by, not listened to, so on. And you think, and the pattern, that's the way it continues. So the thing to know about the triangle isn't about bad people, it's about unconscious patterns that we've all developed, all of us, and it happens when emotions run high. And we don't feel safe, heard, or empowered to be ourselves. Okay. So the way out of the drama triangle and to break free from it isn't about blaming yourself or the other person. It's about noticing the role that you take in it, that I take in it, that we're stepping into and gently and choosing something different. Once we know which is our favored place for being, we can choose, we can recognize when it's happening and step out of it. So, once it's a bit like anything. Once we know what's going on, we can catch ourselves on and choose a different path. It's like taking responsibility instead of helplessness, and support instead of rescuing, and boundaries instead of blame. So we can choose something different. And that's a brief explanation of kind of what it is and how it is. And I know where I sit within it. And I became aware of it a long, long time ago. And I do have to catch myself, and I will fall into it, and I do it every time. It's a trap.
It's a lot of unconscious behavior, though, isn't it? And
Yeah.
from long-term relationships and things. But I think that post-Christmas and New Year, now people have spent a lot of time with family and friends, perhaps over the Christmas period, and there might have been awkward dynamics and conflicts. People can now kind of reflect on those communications that they've had and where they might see themselves
Mm-hmm.
the drama triangle, which positions, which positions they're more likely to take. And for the next episode, we will do the winner's triangle, which is kind of like the antidote to the drama triangle. So how you can improve your communication. Because once you've got that awareness,
Rachel, I'm really looking forward to that because I've got
yeah,
winners, but I need to get on the winners side.
on the winner's triangle, yeah. Because once you've got that awareness of things that are happening, you can choose not to play that game anymore and take your ball back, so so
Yeah,
to speak.
it's true.
So, and it will really change the dynamics of your relationships and stuff. I find it really fascinating.
It does have to be done with both participants joining in on it though, and recognizing their part in it and choosing something different too. And you just made a lovely analogy actually with throwing the ball back, because that's the thing with communication, isn't it? I throw the ball to you and you throw it back. Then I throw it to you a little bit harder and someone lobs it just that bit harder. The game stops when somebody puts the ball down and said enough.
Yeah. Yeah, not doing this anymore. We're changing it. So it's good. It's interesting if you can recognize which one you generally fall into. But there's no good or bad, is there? We'll just slip in it, and we will slip into different roles depending on the relationship as well.
Without a doubt, all the time and on different days of the week. When you've got a filthy cold and you feel absolutely depleted, you might go,
Yeah, I'm totally victim all the way today.
yeah, absolutely. But it's a short-lived thing. And in fact, hands up, we recorded this last week, actually, this particular episode last week. And somewhere, it's my responsibility to record. It recorded well, and then I had to upload it to another platform so that you can do the editing. Well, somewhere between there and there, it all went awry, and I slipped into victim mode really quite hard and felt so cross. In fact, the internal dialogue with myself was immense. I was persecuting and victimizing myself. But trouble is, there was nobody there to rescue it.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes these things just happen and it's just glitches in technology and all that kind of stuff. It's just how it is. And you just chalk it down to a life lesson.
You do. You do. And it was Thursday by the time we record these on a Tuesday, and it was Thursday by the time I thought, oh, well, whatever. I could shrug it off. I was so cross about it. Bizarre, isn't it?
Well,
Man.
it is annoying as well because you're on a time scale and we'd kind of made a plan of what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, but then in the meantime, I've had a cold and a lot of my work colleagues and stuff are falling down with flu and stuff. So it's just January. Just got to do January, get through it
Just the
as
way
much
it
as we
is.
can.
But the good news is we're nearly halfway through.
I
Hurrah.
know. I can't believe it. Time's flying, thank God.
It
And the only bonus to being ill as well is I've done nothing but sit on my ass and watch telly, which has been quite good actually to catch up on
Have
some
a
stuff.
catch up in a minute and have a chat about that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
before we move on to what you've been catching up with while you've been languishing on your sick bed, do you want to have a quick look at kind of a brief scenario that might explain some of this a little bit more? Okay, so just imagine, let's imagine we've all got partners, but let's imagine one comes home from work and they're upset and they walk in the door and there's there's that air about persons sometimes when they walk in a door and how they can change the atmosphere within a space, and they come in and they go, I've had the worst day, nothing's ever gone right for me, blah blah blah. And in that moment they've slipped into victim. So not because they're weak, but because they feel overwhelmed and stuck with whatever situation's gone on for them. Hence me last week. I didn't say anything to anybody though. I internalized all my victimness. The other partner jumps in immediately with, okay, tell me what happened, or you should tell your boss this, that, and the other. You should say this, and next time do that. Well, enter the rescuer. That partner's just stepped into that role. They're trying to help, but they're also taking over and trying to fix something and advising and managing. And at first that might feel supportive, but after a while, the first partner might feel that they've been unheard or even criticized and snap back with, you're not listening, you always do this. Now they've slipped into the persecutor role. So the rescuer might feel underappreciated and might respond with, well, I'm just trying to help. You're impossible, blah, blah, blah. And suddenly the persecuting too. So they're crossing to and fro. So a few minutes later, one of them withdraws and thinks, I can't do anything right. So I'm always the bad one in the relation. And just like that, they slip into victim mode. Gosh. So nothing actually ever gets resolved and it all gets swept under the carpet. But emotionally, everyone is exhausted and tired and possibly not speaking to one another. So that's the drama triangle in action. Never plays out well, ever. So do you want to save the rest of it then for when you do the winner's triangle? How
Yeah.
to get out of it and how to
Yes.
take that leap.
Mm.
So for between now and then, we'll let people have a reflect, like you talked about earlier, and actually reflect on where they sit. Sometimes look at some of the things that arise within their relationships with other people, what we can do about it.
And their communications, yeah, for sure.
Okay.
No, that'd be good. Yes, and then we can. Quite looking forward to doing the winners triangle, the antidote, how you can.
Definitely, I think we always need an antidote to something that looks on the surface negative, and it feels negative. You know, it can't help but feel negative when you're stuck in it, but it's how to make the leap out of it, isn't it?
And it's actually very simple, the stuff that you can do for a healthier outcome, which is just kinder and nicer for everybody.
Yeah.
It just diffuses things where no one leaves feeling completely awful or people feel heard.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you got any
Validated.
questions about it or anything else you wanted to say on the topic at all?
No, I haven't. But obviously, if anybody that's listening or watching has, they can contact us either by DM or post a comment somewhere, and then we'll respond to anything maybe in the next episode after that.
When we were looking at, just to mention as well, if anybody is interested in looking at transactional analysis in much greater depth, because this just scratches the surface, what I've mentioned today and what we mentioned last time. Have a look at Eric Byrne, who was the father of it, and this fabulous book, as always, every
I also have got
let's play Snap. Every therapist worth their salt has got a copy of that somewhere along the line.
Yeah, I don't know any therapist or someone studying psychology that hasn't got that book. It is such a good book.
It is. It's terrific.
It's a classic, and you can pick it up really cheaply on like eBay or whatever.
Well, I tried and I could not. I had to buy a full price new one because I've had several copies before, 2 copies in actual fact previously, and thought, oh, I don't need that anymore. When I thought about retiring and hanging up my boots, as it were, I thought, oh, I don't need that anymore. I've had to go out and get another one. So that's my 3rd copy.
Oh, no, it's such a good book.
I'm an idiot. I will never get rid of it again.
No, it's
for drama triangle, and I was mistaken, and I had to go back, and you rightly corrected me. I thought that Eric Byrne this was part of transactional analysis today, but was not. It was Stephen B. Cartman, 1968, who came up with that, but it was based on Byrne's theory. So thank you for correcting that one.
That's all right. We were doing
now to your new knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
It's a hell of a lot fresher than mine.
Yeah. We were doing I had college online on Sunday before I went rapidly downhill, and we were doing CBT. Which I find really, really interesting. CBT skills. We're going to be person-centered therapists, but we'll be able to use some CBT stuff.
Sort of integrative.
Yes, but we did a bit on ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy, and REBT, which is your rational, emotive, behavioral therapy, I think it's called, which preceded, because I was looking at it thinking, this is basically CBT. And then it turns out that it did precede that. So everything comes off of something else, and everyone in the psychology world is taking other people's ideas and renaming them or modernizing them for different things.
And that is so true, because if you look at what was it called? Who did Awaken the Giant Within? Can't think of his name.
I'll Google it.
Oh my word. Everybody will be screaming at the screen there going, yeah. Robbins, Thingy
Tony
Robbins. Tony
Robbins.
Robbins.
Yeah, he's got no original material. It's all stuff that he's ripped off
Well,
from other people.
possibly, but look at Mel Robbins.
Yes, complete. I mean, and I like Mel.
No relation, apparently, but honestly,
Yeah,
nothing new
it's
there.
nothing new. And don't get me started on Let Them.
No, don't even, or yeah,
Don't let them.
no, don't let them. Let them. Yes, stop that nonsense immediately. But
Yeah, let
anyway,
them.
right.
Avoidance? No, I'm not doing that. No, but anyway, she sold thousands of books and she makes way more money than us. But hey,
Absolutely.
whatever.
She's massively famous. People love her and
Found
whatever.
her niche.
I know. I was funny enough, I was listening to a little bit of Tony Robbins the other day, and it's weird, really. Awaken with the Giant Within, it was a clip from that. And it's most people will be completely aware of it. And he is a really powerful speaker.
I don't have an issue with
No,
like how charismatic he is and the stuff that he does because he appeals to the masses. And what he's saying is not wrong.
no.
I just disagree with the massive money making thing.
Is that because you're not earning any?
Yeah, probably.
No, then, which have you fallen into with that one?
Yeah, exactly.
Are
Victim.
you
Yeah, no.
victim?
I don't have, and I like Tony Robbins. I don't have a problem with him. I like some of the stuff that he says, but it is, it's psychology stuff, isn't it? But just sort of water. I don't know. I've seen some of his live shows, and I'm like, oh, I don't think you know enough about that to actually sense.
Claim. I know.
Yeah.
I don't think you can actually do it. 1, 2, 3, you're cured. Hurrah.
I know. If only it was that easy.
Well, it could be. It could be, but that was a fly. It could be, but people have to come to their own decision in their own time. And if
Mhm.
you do it in in a floor show, does it stick? That's my question. Because with any therapy of any description, whatever it is you want to do, you don't want a quick fix. Oh, I'm in front of umpteen people. I can't admit I haven't got a clue what you're talking about, and I'm just going to go, oh, all right then. You want it to stick, to be a last, so that people can have lasting change and do some experiential work, find out what worked, what didn't work, come back, question it a bit. And question the therapist too, because I never mind that.
No, nor me.
I never mind anybody coming back at me with going no, or whatever
Yeah.
it may be.
Some things aren't going to work for people. Some stuff is a little bit too simplistic. And I guess there's support and stuff afterwards. We only hear a small snapshot of it, but
That's true.
we are complicated creatures. And there's a lot of childhood stuff that, things that we've brought into our adulthood experiences and our ways of communication. And sometimes we need to know and get an understanding of why we have done what we've done to have that awareness to then make the changes.
That's true enough. So in the next episode, we will actually, Rachel will demonstrate how
I will do that. I'll be out of sick bay and I will do that then.
shouldn't you?
Shall we talk about what we've been doing? Because that's going to take me 5 seconds because I've literally been doing nothing. Apart from going to college online and doing my placement, I haven't done anything because I've been sat on the sofa or lying in bed for a few days ever since then.
Poor
Doing
you.
nothing.
Poor bloody you.
Yeah, so I've been watching Netflix. I'm just watching His and Hers on Netflix, which is quite good. And
I've not seen that.
Yeah, it's just like a Netflixy drama thing. And I watched yesterday all 6 episodes of the Simon Cowell Search for a Band thing.
Oh, good Lord.
It was a very poorly day. And you're watching it thinking,
this is just
too ill to
brain. I can't even change the channel. Yeah. So poorly.
Literally just like death warmed up. Just let it wash over me. Oh, but it was quite good, actually.
The spatula has decided.
It was quite good, but oh my God, what they put these poor kids through to join a boy band. It went on for months and months and months, and the stress of finding out whether you've got in or whether you haven't. They don't need therapy after that. I think it's absolutely
cruel, isn't it? It's quite a cruel thing when people are young and super impressionable. It could damage them forever.
These kids were between like 15 and 19 predominantly,
Awful,
I think. Well, I mean, young boys as well. It's
awful.
a shame. Yeah.
No, I think I need to just stop.
I'm just
What
going to
else
mute
have
my
you watched?
microphone because I need to cough.
Pausing for coughing.
Oh, Lord, kill me with the January germs.
Have you got some hot water to sort of
No, I will have. You know, when you've just drunk so much tea
yeah.
and all that, you say, I don't
Oh
want.
no, no, I don't, Rachel, because I don't drink tea at all anymore. I can't bear
You.
it. Nope. I went off of tea. I can't remember when I went off of it, but I can't bear it. And I drank a cup of tea over Christmas,
Mm.
one cup of tea, and Kev said, "Oh, I bet you like that, didn't you?" I said, "No, I didn't. It was horrible."
No, I only no, I only drink Earl Grey tea now.
Oh, do you?
Mm.
I used to drink Earl Grey tea a lot, but no, what I've got in here is a cup of no tea.
No tea. So
Yes,
what
just hot water.
is it? Literally just
No
hot water.
tea, just hot water. Because I can't drink coffee all the time.
No, I like a mint tea and stuff like that.
And I'm fasting as well. So before my eating window, it's either black coffee or no tea.
How's the fasting going?
Very well. Thank you very much for asking, though. Thank you.
How big is your eating window?
It's
30 minutes.
no 5 hours. Well, it was actually it was a little bit less yesterday. I aimed for 19 hours fasting, but I think actually it was 21 actually yesterday, only because of the way the day panned out. And
Mm.
today might be the same actually. By the time I open my window and then I've got a client later on, I won't be able to close my window and finish eating until they've gone. So it'll be a much shorter eating window.
I've been doing the opposite eating window to you, where even though I've been ill, I'm eating everything.
What was it my mother used to say? Feed a cold and starve a fever.
I have been feeding my cold. That's the one thing I have been able to do is stuff my face. Yeah. I need it for energy. It's for wellness. These 10 digestives, I need them.
And digest it.
White
So,
bread.
oh God, Rachel. So I'm starting to feel a bit better now. It takes a little while to get back in the groove again because I guess I was because what fasting do without making this about fasting
Mm.
is that it kind of reduces inflammation and so on. So you actually start to feel better, but it takes a while to actually start to feel better.
Mm.
Ultimately, I'd like to lose some weight as well, but what fasting does is actually clears out. It does so much, much more than just weight loss alone.
Mm.
Weight loss, you go into it for weight loss, but get the other benefits that go along with it.
It's the inflammation benefits and stuff I think are quite good.
Without a doubt, joint pain, things like that, anything like knees, hips, anything that people have is generally improved with fasting because it reduces the inflammation.
That's good.
Anyway, without getting into that, if anybody's got any questions on it, please ask. I
The
don't.
health and well-being coach should sort you out with that.
Yeah, cool. Anything else that you wanted to recommend that you've been watching? Because I've been watching all sorts.
I I'm watching something that you didn't like,
Oh,
which was Down Cemetery Road
okay.
on Apple TV,
Yeah.
because you said you didn't watch that. But I thought the ending was stupid, but I really liked the program. But with Emma Thompson and Ruth
Yeah.
Wilson on Apple
Yeah, I
TV.
thought she looked great in it, by the way, but I
I
just
love that leather jacket she was wearing.
fabulous. It must
Mm,
have cost an absolute fortune. I should
mm,
Google where she got that, but there we
mm,
go. That was the best bit of it.
mm. Are you watching Traitors?
Oh, yes, I am.
Mm.
Yes, I am. But I'm not as invested in it as I was.
No, the celebrity one was so good. I must admit, we watched it. I didn't even realize it was on. Tom said, "Should we watch Traitors?" My 12-year-old.
Hmm.
And then we watched a couple of episodes, but I haven't really felt it. But I do like some of the characters. And one of the ladies in it, Jade, was wearing a most amazing cardigan.
Oh, yes, her the cardigan went viral.
Yeah, her Hope Macaulay. Have you seen the price of them?
No, I haven't. I
Like
thought
350, 60 quid. I was like, well, can I get one of those on Vinted for 20 quid?
no.
was like, bloody hell.
To be honest, if you were going on one of those programs, and I'm sure the celebs did this as well, if you were going on, you say, look, I'm going to be on a major telly franchise, local designer or whatever it may be, dress me, style me. Well, God,
Well,
I'm asking for that now, actually. I'm on a national podcast.
yeah. I Googled it actually, and it turns out there are stylists and wardrobe people that work on the program and they will put them in stuff. And I don't think they did that initially, but they're definitely doing it now and they're really cashing in because there was another guy called Matt. And even Tony said, oh, I like his jumper. So I
He
looked at that.
looks,
It was 190 quid.
I love Matt. I love Matt's style.
Yeah, he was wearing this gorgeous
Pink.
Lepeto green jumper.
Oh, okay.
Lovely.
I love the pink one he had on the other day. That looks
Oh,
gorgeous.
I'm a bit behind. I've missed. I've probably got 3 episodes to catch up on.
Oh, have you? I must
Mm.
admit, I'm not as in. I don't know why that might be. Anyway, I'll probably figure that out when I'm. Um, yeah, I'll figure it out as to why
Mm.
I'm not as invested as I was. I think it's a bit like Strictly.
Mm.
That's what it is. Strictly, I used to love it. No, I didn't watch the last season at all. Not once was I even tempted because of all the hype that goes on around it, all the jibber jabber, and it ruined it for me. Just ruined it.
Just yeah, too
Yeah,
much of that spoils the enjoyment of the program.
yeah, it does.
Mm.
Definitely. But still, um, tell you what I did watch, and that was I don't know if you ever watched them before, but it's Alan Carr and Amanda Thingy.
Oh yeah, I've
Amanda
seen the trailer. Amanda Holden.
Amanda Holden, that's right. It's Amanda and Alan's Greek job. I've
Mm.
watched the other ones that they've done, and this one is the best one yet.
I haven't watched them, but I've heard it's absolutely hilarious, and they are very, very funny together.
They
So
are. It's like a lovely little travelogue with stupidity in between, a
mm,
bit of DIY, and this time they're looking around the local area a bit more as well. So it's charming. It's kind of perfect January stuff to put on when people would like to get away, but they can't because they've just gone back to work. So
yeah, no,
I've binged watched those, which were lovely.
that's good. I
Um,
haven't got anything else apart from that. Have you got anything?
yes. Oh
Mm.
my God. I guess you haven't seen this new series on BBC yet, which is Waiting for the Out.
No.
Oh, good God. It is. I thought it was going to be a comedy because it's about prison ostensibly, and I thought, oh, that sounds intriguing. It'll be, something different to Porridge. It is, it's Oh, it's incredible. It's everything, really. It's a fabulous, fabulous piece of drama. I'd be really interested to see what you think about it. It's multi-layered on so many levels. And having worked in prison as well, it was really interesting to see a different side of it, a different take of prison inmates. I absolutely loved it. And the main character in it has got raging OCD.
Mm.
The script is phenomenal, the acting is phenomenal, and it took me totally by surprise. Kevin hasn't watched it at all, and it's definitely not a watch for him because it makes you weirdly quite reflective when you're watching it
Mm.
for a whole bunch of different reasons.
I will watch that.
Yeah, and it seems to be going sort of under the radar a little bit. The way adolescence, which obviously took a load of plaudits,
Yeah.
rightly so, lit up the zeitgeist of what was on right now to watch.
Mm.
This hasn't yet, and I think it might be a slow burn, or people maybe see it and catch it and think, oh gosh, that made me think differently, or maybe not. I don't know. The writing is epic.
Oh, very good. I'll watch that.
Cool.
I'll go and watch that now when I go back to my deathbed.
Oh, okie dokie. You might
Mm.
need a tissue here and there. I,
Mm.
I did struggle with the first episode and I nearly didn't continue watching it because I turned on expecting one thing and it wasn't I didn't get what I was expecting, so I nearly turned off.
Oh,
Hang in
really?
there. Hang
So it's
in
heavy.
ish. Hang in there.
Did you because obviously I told you that I watched Goodbye June, which was the Christmassy thing with Helen Mirren, directed by Kate Winslet, which was
Hmm.
heavy, heavy, but lovely and funny as well at the same time. Did you watch that or are you still avoiding that?
No, I'm still avoiding that. Thank
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
Because it is a tissues job.
Yes, yes, indeed. It's
Mm.
the same way as I'll be avoiding. Oh, good Lord, what is the matter with me today? Hamnet until it comes on the telly. Until it gets dropped to Netflix. I won't be watching Hamnet because that's really emotional.
Mm.
So I don't want to be sitting in a cinema sobbing with a lot of other people.
No, fair enough.
If I'm going to be sobbing, I'm going to be sitting at home and
In
watching
the
that.
privacy of your own home.
Absolutely. So yeah, I should imagine that'll win lots of plaudits as well. I read the book. When did I read the book? About 3, possibly 4 years ago.
Mm.
And really enjoyed it, surprisingly. It's Maggie O'Farrell. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, it's been adapted into this movie.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Right. Have you got anything else?
I don't believe I have.
No, I
No,
think
I'm
that
still
is
working my way through the Hallmark Man. It's a heavy book, and it makes my thumb ache.
really, that's funny.
But the story's good, as always, because with all of her books, or it's Robert Galbraith, aka J.K. Rowling,
Mm.
with all of these Robert Galbraith books, this series that she's done, it's the same key characters that go all the way through it. And I just love watching how their story develops alongside the other story that happens within the book.
Very good.
It's cool. No, but apart from that, no, and I haven't had any taste sensations either.
No, I'm not surprised if a 3 or 4 hour window.
Exactly. There's no time. By the time you get your actual nutrition, your vitamins and minerals in, there's no time for a taste sensation.
No, I've just been eating loads of rubbish. I haven't got anything to shout about about my diet. I'll get back on it. I meant to have a PT session on Friday. Not sure if that's going to
I
happen.
think you ought to cancel that actually.
See
Oh
how I
no,
feel.
no. What? No, hang about. No.
Yes, exactly. I'll see how I feel. It's
Okay.
only well, it's Tuesday, I think, when we're recording this, but you'll obviously be listening to it or watching it
Some
on
other
some
time.
random day.
Some
Yeah.
other time. Yeah. So what should I have said then? I should have said, oh gosh, you've got a PT session on Friday. Oh, what do you think you ought to do about it?
Yes, exactly. Push the question back. I'm hoping that I'll be feeling better by then. Yeah.
Okay.
Just,
Well, yeah, I hope you're feeling better as well. Poor you.
it's all good. Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think we can leave it there.
Yeah, I think we can sign off and we'll see you happily next time, hopefully germ free. Hope you're all germ free out there as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
See you later.